Would you trade monthly periods for laying an egg every day like a chicken? Why or why not? Can I control when I lay it? A chicken-sized egg, or is it scaled to human size? No. When I have my period it's just blood. I don't want to be dropping whole ass eggs out of my vagina. I'm so drunk and this made me laugh a fuck ton. Thank you. Not so. Fun fact. Chickens didn't used to lay so many eggs as now. They have been bred to lay daily and it destroys their body and can cause them prolapse. No. Research believes that when the egg is being formed and then laid, it has similar cramping to a period. So, suffer cramping and blood for 7 days. Or suffer laying an egg and cramping every single day. I'll keep a normal period, thanks. If it were based on the natural egg-laying cycle of a chicken, 12 to 20 eggs a year, and usually only in spring, then I would consider saying yes just to be able to get it all over with for the year. But sadly chickens have been bred heavily to produce excessive amounts of eggs, which is awful on their bodies. So I wouldn't choose to have this every single day. Practically birth every fucking day. No thanks. I need to know. Can these eggs hatch? What would they hatch, human babies or chicken babies? Is it possible for the egg to break while inside of me? Are the eggs eatable? Would people be grossed out by them? Can I sell them for profit? Or make myself an omelet? Would it be self-cannibalism if I did? If you've ever heard a chicken lay an egg, then you may know that it sounds absolutely painful. I'll keep a week of hell over daily childbirth. Do you all not realize that this egg would have to be large enough to fit a ready-to-be-born sized baby inside? Worst idea ever. I'm not a woman, but I can guarantee that high schools would be fucking awful. Imagine it, a bunch of teenagers just going through puberty. Claire hits her first period in Ms. Woodsmith's English class, pops out an egg, and is immediately bullied by Gary at the back of the class for being gross and weird. Then, coincidentally, Harriet also has her first period in the same class. She heard Gary's abuse and throws her period egg at him. It goes fucking everywhere, and Mrs. Woodsmith's classroom now smells of period eggs and becomes famous for the egg-tossing incident. In this hypothetical, would this also eliminate pregnancy? Now I could have children just by keeping a fertilized egg warm. But this also makes me think, how big would a human egg be? Would it be the size big enough to fit a newborn baby in? The same as a chicken egg is big enough to fit the chick when it hatches, because logically that makes the most sense. So no, I would not want to pop out an egg that size every day. As someone who once raised chickens and had to help several that got egg-bound. Whoever chooses eggs instead of periods is in for some horrible shit. Laying an egg proportionate to a chicken and their egg would be like giving birth every day. Most chickens don't even lay eggs every day, usually every 2 days for production layers. Some chickens lay once a week, etc., as that'd destroy their systems. Assuming you'd have parts for laying eggs like a chicken would, you'd run the risk of being egg-bound fairly quickly, and there goes your medical bill. As long as it happens once a day in the morning and is no more strenuous than a poo, then sure. This does beg the question though as to how we would survive a world with a subculture of egg-laying instead of birth. What precautions would you take to keep your egg safe? If fertilized, would you decorate it? Is there still a need for sex, or do you just watch your significant other have a cheeky wank on your egg? There would be an entire subsection of men who are some sort of perverts who try to break in and fertilize other people's eggs. As much as I hate my period, I would not want to lay eggs every day. At least with my period I have time off from it. I'm a man, so can't say about periods. I do egg-size poops most days, so if I can fry and poach it, all the better. I was at a party and laid an egg in my pants. I had to wrap a sweater around my waist. It shouldn't have happened. So this is where all the girls are. Nope. Supposing if the structure is the same and we don't get chicken innards. If you ever had anything pass your cervix, you know why. Had an IUD placed and removed, and time slowed down for both procedures from 5 seconds to 5 minutes. I thought I was gonna pass out from the pain and I couldn't stop swearing, it just came out my mouth involuntarily. If I had to deal with that every day, I'd rather just die lol. If it didn't hurt, still no, because screw that. So when I wanted to have kids, I have to sit on the egg for 40 weeks. No is my answer. This reminds me of a Rick and Morty episode. It's a really hard question. On one side, it would be cool and surely better than period, but on the other, I am a man. Lay egg, hands down. Free food. Come on, too easy. compared to periods, which are an additional consumption of resources that go into manufacturing of pads, tampons, and menstrual cups. Plus having to hand wash the period stain out before throwing underwear into the washer is a waste of water. It happens sometimes when the pad bunches or period overflows tampon capacity. Are you kidding me? How is this even a question? Would I trade awful cramps, ruined sheets, ruined underwear, terrible pain, and having to spend I don't even know how much on sanitary pads and Advil for laying a nice and beautiful egg every day? Hell yeah. Sign me up. Once a month? Yes. Every day? No. The egg forming would probably be very uncomfortable. Please post in our oviposition. It would be cool if you could donate the egg to science, like stem cell research. In that case I choose the egg, as long as it's not painful or too big. ITT. The biggest concern is whether or not the eggs humans lay would be edible. So are we just gonna ignore the fact that this would imply that they would also not give birth but instead lay human eggs to reproduce? Depends what price they will fetch in the market. If they are only worth the same as a chicken egg, probably not worth it. If some freaky epicures will pay a high price to eat human-laid eggs, like $5 a piece, might be a nice side income stream for some people. You want American-laid eggs, got to pay the price. Not some less expensive Indian or African or Chinese-laid human eggs. There are several dojins on the matter if you want. Chickens originally didn't lay an egg every day. We humans bred them to make sure they do. I wasn't bred that way, so I don't think I'd lay an egg every day. Oh, a rhyme. However, I still wouldn't choose to lay an egg since I take the pill 3 consecutive months, so I only get my period once every 4 months, which is way better than every month. The real question is, how do you like your eggs? Fried, scrambled, or fertilized? I'd worry about calcium deficiency. Question. How big is the egg? Is it the same size as a chicken egg, or proportional to a human? If the latter, based on weight, we're getting into ostrich egg territory. I'd be cool with dropping a chicken egg daily, but passing an ostrich egg daily. That would be an event, and don't get me started on calcium requirements. Just hear me out, I have a very modest proposal: free food. Of course not. Who wants to lay eggs out their dicks? I mean, I'm a dude and I lay an egg or two if I eat too much chili. I'm a dude, so I can't commit either way, but it did make me wonder on our end. So, if my wife decides to go this route, does that mean I now have to wake up every morning at the crack of dawn and scream my brains out for no reason? Also, what would be the human equivalent of cock-a-doodle-doo? I want my coffee. Where the hell are my keys? Time to mow the lawn. Absolutely fucking not. Wouldn't that pain be the equivalent of childbirth? Plus, if the chick survives, you have to take care of them. You're literally birthing out a new child every month that you have to take care of. You're 14 years old and on the week of your period you start shitting eggs, how would you react? Me who is male, I mouth I. I mean, we can already stop our periods with medication or surgery, so this feels like a moot point. Otherwise, if we are talking about an egg that's to scale to hold a fully formed human baby every day, that's a hard no. I'll stick with the period. No, have you heard a chicken when she's laying? Doesn't sound like she's enjoying herself. I will take the period. Since switching to a menstrual cup my period is a breeze. I would not like the daily commitment even if it were like pooping a chicken-sized egg, that's still too big. I mean, I was laying in bed this morning after taking 4 extra strength ibuprofen, a heating pad, and crying because that still wasn't enough. I had to call out from work too. I'll take whatever the lesser of 2 pain evils is. Can I eat it or would it be considered cannibalism? Same nutrients as chicken eggs? I could make a good omelet every day. Saves me $10 per mo on eggs. Absolutely, call me Hennifer from now on. I'll take laying an egg over cramps any day. I have PCOS, so maybe laying an egg would stop all of that pain. LMAO. Nah, because periods aren't too bad once you get used to them. But could I sell them?